All right, guys, let's get into our Week 2 rookie report. It's brought to us by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With more football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes all in less than 60 seconds. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. We're going to talk about the defense. We'll talk a little bit more at the offensive line. We'll talk about the special teams catastrophe in a sec. But I want to dive into real quick our Week 2 rookie report. We saw Judkins make his debut. We saw Dillon Gabriel make his debut, along with the 4 rookies we talked about last week. But, G, what do you think about Quinshon Judkins? We'll start there with the running back who played a pretty significant amount of snaps despite only practicing one time since training camp.
You see how he moving. This is what we call in the game fresh legs. He got fresh, youthful legs. That 6.1 average, it wasn't nothing much there. He just had he had them fresh legs. He was stiff arming people. When the rest of them was getting tackled in 2-3 steps, he has the ability to make a guy miss, stiff arm. He's tough to tackle. You could tell he was a little bit out of shape. The game shape is what we waiting for. But you got something there. When you got an offensive line that's not truly opening up and not road graders like that, and you still give him opportunity, and he makes guys miss, and he can give you those yards that other people wouldn't get when guys are in the backfield, you don't have any open holes. And I'm gonna tell you, this still hurts. This run game, and trust me, I know that, yes, I do agree that they done got older, that ship has sailed on in terms of them being up there being dominant. But listen, man, this is not the Bill Callahan run game, bro. One of the biggest things people don't get is Bill Callahan was the run game coordinator. When you are the run game coordinator, that means what scheme are we running? I'm teaching gap schemes. I'm teaching zone. I'm teaching the duo. I'm teaching the stretch steps. Not only I'm doing that, I control what the backfield steps are. Is it a stop hop step? Is it a back step? What is it, a draw step? He's doing all of those things. So one of the things that Kevin had the opportunity to do was say, I got AVP who's going to get with the quarterbacks, and we're going to work with that. I got Bill Callahan as the offensive run game coordinator. And now all I have to do is dial up some of my best stuffs and not really worry about what it is that they're doing. So I think that hurt them so much, because if you watch, the concepts ain't even the same. It's not, I don't see any outside zone. Even when I watch these other games, I'm seeing guys scheme open on just regular zone plays or toss plays where it forces the defensive lineman to stay gap integrity. You said it the other week, Jay. Make those defensive linemen have to stay in that gap, so when the gap follows, they at least got to move. Right now, the Cleveland Browns look like it's Metcalf up the middle.
What? Is Jerome Ford
Metcalf up the middle?
Jerome Ford a good pass, like a blitz protector? Is he good?
I don't.
Because I don't understand why he's playing if he's not.
Why is he playing?
Here was the snap count percentage-wise yesterday when Joe Flacco was in the game. Jerome Ford played 48% of the snaps. Judkins 26, Sampson 25. Now, I get why Judkins was only 26. It's his first game back. But why is Ford playing 48% of the snaps?
You just answered your own question.
Who do they have?
Why not play Sampson more?
I think Sampson got absolutely
blown up. Samson can't pass block.
Yes. Sampson got blown up on blitz.
Yeah, Ford was on the field 13 of 17 third down plays with Flacco.
You'll see
well, that's why. I mean, of their options, he is their best pass blocker.
Judkins has had 2 NFL practices.
Yeah.
I know.
He didn't need many. He was clearly the best back.
I'm saying he had 2 practices. As this goes,
and that stiff
his
arm,
is going to go up
Marlon
and Ford's
Humphrey's
is going to
not
go
a
down.
joke. That stiff arm yesterday was man versus child. He threw him to the ground.
That is one thing, Bull, that you have to watch with Dylan Sampson, is the fact that now defenses are going to say, listen, we're going to bring, either you going to keep him in to block, we're going to make you keep him in. Because what they'll do is they'll put so many guys on the line of scrimmage where now the quarterback has to change the protection and the back has to block.
Yeah.
So now they're like, that's a matchup we want to attack. If he's in blocking, run him right into the left.
Well, then when Judkins is ready to go, I'm playing him 80% of the plays because I don't want to see him.
There it is.
He's our workhorse.
Yeah,
I think he will.
I
But
mean,
again,
our workhorse.
he's had literally 2 NFL
Yeah, I
practices.
hear you. I'm just so sick of watching Ford out there. There's nothing there. It's
The big question, and we're going to probably scorecard this all year long. Sometimes it's not fair, but we will compare Henderson to Judkins. It's just a natural. It's natural.
Yeah.
Henderson yesterday.
I didn't even see
non-factor.
Okay.
Total non-factor. I think he had maybe 3 carries for 10 yards, 2 catches for.
Why would they only give him 3 carries?
Well, it's a great question.
Do they
I don't
have
know.
Ramondre
They were in
Stevenson
a ball game that didn't mandate they throw the ball all over the place.
I'll give you the snap. I'll give you the snap share in that game. We'll see what-
I think he had 3 carries for 10 yards. He caught 2 passes.
So for the Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson had 65% of the snaps, including 9 of 12 on 3rd down.
He's pretty good.
Travion had 29%. They had 5 plays inside the 10, and Travion was not on the field for any
that's
of them.
telling. It's very telling. And Mike, obviously Mike Vrabel loves him.
Yeah.
He would've
Now,
taken him if
Ramondre
he
Stevenson he didn't have a
good
great
back.
year last
Yeah,
year, but
no,
2 years ago he was excellent.
He's a fine back,
Yeah.
but I think the reason I bring that up is this guy has had 1 padded practice.
Right.
1. And he went out there yesterday, and obviously he's not in game shape, and your point is that's a good one. He's in shape. You can tell by looking at him.
He's in shape.
But you don't get into game shape at home.
Right.
You just don't. When he gets there, we found our stalwart back.
Probably.
He's gonna make us forget about Nick Chubb. I hope he does. But I just like how he runs angry. He runs downhill. He's very powerful lower half. And that stiff arm, I mean, I went back and looked at it 3 or 4 times. He literally knocked Humphrey off his feet. His feet were in the air.
I want to.
And he's had 1 padded practice in the NFL. This guy is going to be our answer at that position. I think we have a future star. You guys know what I think of him in Fannin. I think he played as well as he could have played yesterday.
Well, let's stick with Judkins for now, right, Mike? You want to keep him separate?
I don't know anybody can have anything negative to say about Judkins.
We can mix them all in.
Well, Jason hasn't commented on Judkins yet.
I mean, you guys covered it. There's nothing else to add. I was really impressed. Like I said, he hasn't played since spring.
Right.
And some of the guys I was talking to said he had a really good spring. Like, we were really excited to see him. It's unfortunate everything that transpired that took him away from them. And, yeah, to see what he did against that defense, I mean, granted, they lost one of their top linebackers, but to see what he did against that defense with literally 2 practices, yeah.
Does the league now step in this week because we have something with them and suspend them? Or
Maybe ain't nothing coming.
I kind of interpreted the fact that he played yesterday as there's not going to be a suspension, but that's just my interpretation.
Sure.
I could be wrong on that.
Right, because
it's odd if you meet with the league, you let him play, and then you come back and suspend him.
he played 4 days later. Now, sometimes they don't dispense justice that quickly.
I would imagine,
and it would be just like the
but
NFL
it's not
to tomorrow come out and
but
say
it's not
3
like
games.
it's not like this just happened this week.
Yeah,
They've had
I know.
plenty of time to.
I know, but they finally got him in front of the commissioner or in front of whomever.
Yeah, fine, but they've had the evidence is out there.
So you believe there's no suspension coming?
That nobody's told me that. That's
No,
just
I know.
I'm
It's your
just
gut.
It's just me reading the room that if you met with the league and then you let the kid play, how can you come back and
right?
Why would you suspend him now?
They're not going to get any more information than they had prior to that.
Yeah.
So like they seen it.
Yeah, I hope you guys are right.
I could be totally wrong.
Because
they
it
could come
would be
out
just like
they
our
could come
luck
out
to now
today
lose
and
him
suspend him for
a
4
month.
games. I have
By the
no
way,
idea.
my bold prediction in the beginning of the year, which was not that bold, I guess, that Judkins would lead the team in rushing, is looking pretty good.
And mine was Gabriel will lead the team in passing. He hadn't even played yet, and it's looking pretty good.
Now,
too.
I do want to say this. Like, Kevin, listen. I know you're going through it right now, but bro, your best lineup is split backs. Dylan Sampson, Quinshon Judkins, 2 tight ends, Fannin and Njoku and Judy and Tillman out there. You can run from that lineup. You got 2 tight ends. You can run play action.
Well, you can't have 6. You gave 6 guys there.
Did I give 6?
So you get 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, and 2 running backs.
Oh, we'll take Tillman out.
Yeah, take Tillman out.
Make sure.
You're right, though. I like that.
And now you
The 2 of your best route runners.
Little
and pass
22
catchers.
action.
Yeah, a little 22.
Yes.
There
Bring
it
it.
is.
Well,
2 twos.
let's go to Fannin next. Jay, what'd you think of the Bowling Green kid?
Just love him. I love everything about him. I think he plays hard on every play. He blocks when he's asked to block, which is nice.
Caught all his targets.
He's just, I mean,
They should have gotten them the ball more.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is what was so Cleveland Browns. They come out, first 2 plays, boom, boom, tight end catches. We're moving the ball. Here we go. Go away from it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, what are we doing? These guys are big targets that can catch the football. I like our tight ends way more than I like our wide receivers.
Oh, yeah.
Way more.
They would play every play for me.
You know, I just realized.
What's that?
Again, this was, I don't remember the numbers. 20 of the 28 receptions yesterday were to tight ends and running backs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, our wide receivers are as bad as I've ever seen.
And the tight ends caught 9 of 10.
At
Njoku had
point,
1 incompletion.
Our number one receiver had more drops than catches.
Yeah, I know McDuck. Is that on the? I'll get to him.
What'd you think of Fannin? What'd you guys think of Fannin?
But Fannin, listen.
Do you guys love him as much as I love him?
If they can find a way, and I don't want to overstate this, if they can find a way to get him the routes that Kelsey and some of these other guys, Jason Witten get, where it's give him some option routes. Not, let's isolate him on guys. Like, he has a skill set. And Ross Tucker said exactly what I was saying last year. It was like when I
He's
first.
great on the games, by the way.
I love that.
Fantastic.
That team.
Yeah, I like Ross.
Great.
I like
I
Ross.
hope we get them a lot.
Meanwhile, I don't know if anybody watched even a minute of the Bengals-Jags
did.
game.
Yeah,
it was the worst broadcast team I've ever heard in a
Who
professional
was it?
game.
You know?
I don't know who the play-by-play guy is. Never heard of him before. The analyst was the guy who played linebacker for the Patriots. He just retired recently.
Nikovich.
No. Ryan, maybe it wasn't.
Who cares?
Anyway,
Awful.
the Browns are going to be stuck with these guys at some point this season because they stink. When the Browns play a bad team, you're going to have these announcers. I was texting Aditi. I was like, oh my God, this is the worst broadcast team I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, go ahead.
Bull is crazier than me on Sundays than I am during the week in the YouTube rabbit hole. I mean, I bet you be texting all kind of stuff. You be hitting people up everywhere. But no, Fannin.
Well, I got idiot friends of mine saying the Bengals should trade for Kirk Cousins. I'm like, why? What do you trade Kirk Cousins for? What? He ain't any better than Jake Browning. The Bengals season's over.
I had to give him a hug.
I mean, maybe it's not over if Burrow's come back, but whatever.
Do we need to hold
Trading
hands?
for
again?
Kirk Cousins?
Do we need to hold hands?
Bull,
again?
Sorry,
You need
go
a
ahead.
hug.
Back on Fannin.
Now, Fannin, I tell you what, if they give him them routes combinations, I think he can be a very special player. Like Ross Tucker said it. He said he kind of runs stiff. He don't really be running like he's supposed to, but he don't be getting caught though. Like he has a.
It is unorthodox.
In the unorthodox game. I think people look at it and be like, man, he ain't that nice. And then you look up, he got 7-8 catches. You're like, dang, I guess he is pretty nice. And I like the fact that he combos well with Njoku because now at this point, Njoku, he's just a guy that you want to get the ball in open space and be like, hey, can you tackle me? I don't think you can. That's the type. So, Kevin, you need them on the field at both times because these are your two best pass catchers, which is sad, but you got to do something to get your best people on the field.
Absolutely.
We could combine the two defensive guys into one. Jason.
Wait, Jay, did you?
Well,
weigh in on
because
Fannin?
we haven't talked Samson either, so I was actually going to combine.
Oh yeah, go
yeah.
Samson.
I was going to
perfect.
combine Fannin and Samson.
Okay.
Perfect.
Because coming off the first game, I really wanted to see, and we had like a fence riders. I don't remember what it was. Something about Njoku and Fannin, and I took Njoku in the answer. I don't remember what the question was, but I just thought, okay, you got film on these guys now. Baltimore's defense is better than Cincinnati's, so let's see what they've got. And it's only one game, but the fact that Fannin still had a great game, I kind of soured a little bit on Samson.
I did too.
And it's not anything about him necessarily, just he's going to struggle in blitz protection.
Yep.
And the screen game just wasn't there. Baltimore was ready for it.
Yeah.
And I think they had the film of it from Cincinnati.
They just decided that's all they can
knew
do,
it
so we're
was
going to take
coming.
it away.
Yeah, they knew it was coming. And it goes back to the fact that, for the most part, Baltimore sent 4, dropped 7. They were ready for the screens, all of that stuff.
Man, they was.
So I just think Dillon is going to struggle a little bit going forward. I hope I'm wrong, but of all the rookies, I was probably down on Dillon the most, and Fannin was as he was last week against Cincinnati, which I thought was a great sign.
Yeah, I'm not down on Samson. He's first of all, he's a 5th round pick. So like your expectations shouldn't be through the roof for him. I think there's a lot of promise, and I think if someday the Browns have a good offense with a good quarterback, I think Samson can be a valuable tool as a bit part, right?
If they had
That's
better,
fine.
if they had better receivers and they had more threats on the outside,
right.
it may make him.
He could still, but he's a
it could
5th round
make
pick.
him- right.
I gotta say, this is a way too early analysis, but it lines up with what I think a lot of us kind of thought before the season. and what I've seen so far and what I think their promise is, the Browns potentially had 4 home runs in this draft.
I agree.
I was going to say, go ahead. Finish.
I said that last week.
Because I think Judkins, Fannin, and Schwesinger and Graham.
Yep.
Like, if you told me, and again, I'm getting a little carried away, but I really believe this. If you told me 5 years from now that all 4 of those guys had at least 1 Pro Bowl, I would not be surprised.
So now, how are you going to fire this front office if they?
That makes it tricky.
If
You know why?
If they hit the draft that well.
Because a blind squirrel gets a nut.
I'm just saying.
If 1 in 7
Jason,
isn't good enough.
Jason, here's the thing. Like pie in the sky, I don't really want to fire anybody because I do believe in stability, and I think stability is good for an organization.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. I definitely don't think. Now, the draft, I think is going to be good. I still don't think overall track record, Berry's done terrible, but maybe he's turned a corner. I'm frustrated with Kevin Stefanski. I think he's gotten a pass to some degree.
He definitely has.
There's a lot that I like about Kevin Stefanski, but there's a lot I don't like about
That's
Kevin
fair.
Stefanski. So I'm not sure what the answer is. In a perfect world, you stick with what you got, and they're able to turn around with what they have. I don't know if we have a perfect world, but just right now, for the first time in a long time, and again, way too early.
Yeah.
You're excited about rookies.
I got 4 guys, and that we already named them. That I think the arrow is way up on all. Like they probably got it right,
Which is
on
why
all 4 of those high draft picks.
I know we got to do the defensive guys.
Yeah.
And I was going to save this for the end.
Yeah, go
after
ahead.
But that's why it's like the roster needs a lot of work.
A lot.
And you're not going to fix this in
Yeah.
one draft. But if they nailed the draft, like we think that they did, like it is appearing that they did, it makes it harder to make a change.
Yes.
When you know it's going to take multiple years to fix this. This is year 1 of a multiple-year process to fix the roster. Again, the outrage was last year. That was time. It was warranted, and we gave it to them. And it was fine. They were trying to win, and they went 3-14. They were trying to win. We thought they were a Super Bowl team. They went 3-14. That's over. Now you have to rebuild a 53-man roster. You don't do that overnight. The quarterback is the most important thing. Until they fix that, nothing else matters. But when you look at the draft class and when you look at all these hits, I think it makes it harder to say, okay, everybody's got to go.
I get that, but I can't give credit to the fireman who shows up with the truck and hose
And
to
sets
put
the
out
house on fire?
No, to put out the fire that he started.
That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
set the house on fire,
Yeah,
and then they put it out.
Bro, you burned it down.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
No bonus points because you put out the fire. Because now you know what we need to do? If we have stopped the bleeding and we've put out the fire, now we got to rebuild the house.
Yeah.
And I just don't trust this crew. I don't.
But they're not thinking. This is why I keep preaching and keep saying, listen, guys, you look like you got some talent in places. This is why I don't understand why they don't want to play the 2 rookies. That is where it comes from, right? When these other teams make the decision, right? The Cleveland Browns seem to be in a position where they don't want to pull the trigger because they think they're going to play it conservative and just wait it out and hopefully they get lucky. No team waits it out and gets lucky. The Philadelphia Eagles, nobody thought Jalen Hurts was a Super Bowl quarterback when they drafted him. Nobody, not one person. They didn't. And you know what they said? I'm going to not only draft him. I know we missed on Carson Wentz. I know Foles we're going to draft him. And you know what? They got rewarded for it, right? Like, you have 2 quarterbacks. If you want to get out of purgatory, and the quickest way to turn everybody's mind around and say, listen, I got Shedeur Sanders and I got Dillon Gabriel. I got 2 of them. If I find a quarterback and I hit on one of those, what was the guys we just had, everybody would sit down and shut up because we would say, well, by golly, look what they done found right here. But if you play it conservative and you keep trotting out Joe Flacco, you're going to spoil all of the goodwill that you're getting with the other players.
By the way, if by some chance, and I'm not that optimistic, but if by some chance either of these quarterbacks turns out to be a good quarterback,
they're here forever.
then it could be one of an all-time draft.
Yeah.
Ain't that funny how it works?
Yeah.
Well, let's
You're
talk
not
about
going
the
to
2.
find out unless you play them.
Yeah.
Before we move on, let's talk about the 2 top picks. We haven't actually talked about them in this rookie report. Graham and Schwesinger both playing their first road games. Jay, we can combine them into one, but what do you think of the defensive
I
rookies?
thought Graham made a huge impact right away.
Yeah.
The first couple of plays.
Yeah, he did.
And then I didn't see a whole lot from him. He just kind of went away. His impact went away. Schwesinger, I didn't even look at the final box scores. Okay, so he had 5 tackles. That's not awful.
No.
In fact, that's more than I thought he had.
Yeah, no,
because I think he had the first 2.
I thought he played really well.
Okay, good. Because I could have missed. In all fairness, I said Mike Polk got married this weekend. He had a huge party that we all went to the Guardians game yesterday, and I was the idiot that wasn't living in the moment. I was watching the football game on my phone. So it's hard to pick.
Shout out to Polk and Stephanie, by the way.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
it was one of the best weddings I've been to. There were 350 people. It was beautiful. It was amazing.
Congratulations on all your
they're
successes.
They're my favorite couple. They really are. I love those
Anything
two.
over 2, you got to go to the credit union for that.
Yeah, 2 of them. But so I didn't get to see all of that, but I was watching as much of it as I could, and then I went back and tried to fill in the gaps after I got home. So I'm glad to hear that he had that kind of impact all throughout the game. What was Schwesinger's tackle total?
5.
He had 5 as well.
Okay.
Same as the defensive tackle.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's better than I thought.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't feel a huge impact from either one. It's not like I was saying another play by Schwesinger. I just didn't see a ton of it. But, look, they're going against a professional team. A team that knows what they're doing.
Mason Graham, I call it. I got a friend who used to raise pit bulls, and he was always strange and weird. He used to be like, "Hey, G. Bushman, look, I got a new pup. Got big paws on him. Got good bones." I'm like, bro, you talk about a dog, bro. You called me at 4 in the afternoon for that. You ain't got no work. Nowhere did you go be at? But Mason Graham reminds me of a pup with some bones to him, right? He just, if you watch him come out, his jersey don't even fit well. His pants is loose. Look, he need a year to get up under Mason. I know you don't want to do this, but you need to get on you got it. You got the 5th round bag. You need to get on that Myles Garrett program. I know you was with Malik Collins. No. You need to get you on that Myles Garrett program where you lifting them weights. I know it's crazy in the offseason. He be doing a lot. If he puts on 10 pounds, he still got that young guy arms.
Baby fat old
baby.
He's dropped weight.
He's dropped.
He's dropped from Michigan. He was a lot heavier at Michigan than he is now.
But he needs to train.
Now when he put that 10 pounds of muscle on, now it's going to be different because now they can't root him out of there. Now it's like, I'm still quick because I'm twitchy. That's the thing I'll give him. He's twitchy when he goes from side to side. Guys, he be moving around. I'm like, okay. But now you need a place where you can't just double team me and move me out. I'm still quick. Now I got power behind me, so now I can make plays in the run game. When he get that part added to it, he gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the goal for him is what they have to hope for is, I need 17 games from Schwesinger and him with no injuries, and they get 17 games of work. If they can get that, I'll take it as a win. I ain't greedy. I'm not greedy. I take that. Okay.
You not Greedy Williams?
Shout out to Greedy.
Lord.
Me and Greedy got the same neck. I knew it was a problem for him. Like, for real. When he was like, they was like, Greedy is always on the list. I said, bro, when you get that type of neck injury, you permanently on the injured list. Everybody day to day.
Schwesinger, I didn't think really flashed that much yesterday.
No.
It's one game. I'm still really high on him. I thought Mason played well, and not just because I'm at his parents over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
There you go, plug.
Yeah.
Plug that. Shout out you.
Nice folks.
Yeah.
Nice folks.
Great.
Obviously, Mason took some shrapnel for our frustration with what the Browns did in the draft.
Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Well, and me.
You're going to quit?
Yeah,
You're going to quit?
Yeah,
And me too. We
Yeah.
took it out on him
Yeah.
a little bit, which was unfair. And we didn't really talk. And then after the draft, we barely ever talked about him.
Yeah.
And we're not going to talk about him that much because he's a defensive tackle.
Right.